Hey guys, it's me, and here we are back to Kirby Fighters Deluxe. I'm showing off all the different costumes. As you can tell, the actual title screen has changed this time, so that's kind of interesting. You'll notice that's actually purple on the corners there instead. But anyway, let's go ahead and begin. Let's just go off and show off all the different alternative costumes here. Of course, let's start. Now let's go ahead and press X here so we can actually switch over to them. Here you'll see a Blade Knight costume. So Kirby actually looks like Blade Knight, not Sword Knight, by the way. They're two different things. This is actually Blade Knight's costume. Moving on, we have Sir Kibble's costume he has for Cutters as his alternative. Now here we have the best one. We have Marc's, baby. We have a Marc's costume. Now at first I was looking at him like, maybe it's a reference to Mirror as well. But then I looked at my little plushie I have of a Mirror Kirby. Nope, the colors are flipped, just like Marc's are. And also, if you notice, the actual crown, the little white crown that it has for the Beam costume, is also present in Mirror, but this one here actually has it straight alongside the edge there, which is only a hat that Marc's wears. Anyway, I analyzed this way too much. Let's go and move on to the next one. Here we actually have a parasol, actually like an actual Japanese style parasol, like a little paper fan kind of thing. Kind of neat, honestly. Moving on, we have Moundo EX with his actual, that's actual headband he wears, and his actual hammer is steel. Now, I'll be showing off that actually has a different sound than the regular hammer, but I'll show that off after I show off the rest of the abilities here. Here we have Bomb. Now, if you notice, it's actually like a party hat instead of this one. It has little confetti there. And you'll notice it's actually a heart instead of a diamond. That's actually a reference to this game as well, since the teams could either be heart, diamond, or spades. There's no clubs. There's no actual club team ranking for some reason. Anyway, moving on, we have Whip. By far the laziest effort in terms of actual making a Whip alternative costume. All it is just black instead of red, and just a blue handle instead of a red one. That is it. Know how they could have made this Whip better? How about, I don't know, Epic Yarn. Make Prince Fluff. Give him the Prince Fluff clown. That Prince Fluff crown. And they give him a yarn whip. I think that would have been perfect. I didn't like Epic Yarn too much. However, I still think it would have been a cool reference if they would have done it. But no, you just get a generic whip costume. Whatever. Here we have like a little Robin Hood type thing. I think it's actually the same hat the archers wear in Return to Dreamland. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I probably am. Probably horribly wrong. But either way, he also has that cool looking bow there too. Anyway, moving on. Or maybe that's actually the hat from the archers in Kirby 64. I'll take a look. Maybe it's not even reference to anything. But either way, moving on here, we have Knuckle Joe's headband here. Now, of course, this one is reference to Ryu right there, but this one here is actually a reference to Knuckle Joe and his that actual enemy right there. Now, this one I thought for sure there was actually an enemy in Kirby's that actually had that same kind of outfit. I was looking at it, and I think this is actually just a generic outfit for a hat, unless, hold on a second, maybe it's that one ghost boss from Squeak Squad looks kind of similar to that. Maybe that's what I was thinking of this entire time. Either way, the sword is the same, but that's what the outfit looks like right there. Anyway, moving on here, we of course have the Hydra for the alternative costume. Thank you for pointing that out, people who are like that, in opposed to that one there, which is pretty cool in itself, but this just looks pretty awesome in itself as well. Moving on to Belle. I said before, mistakenly, that this was actually a reference to Iron Maiden. That is incorrect, and I am horribly wrong about that. This is actually a reference to a certain type of bell that exists in Japan that looks kind of similar to just like this. Metal with spikes and everything. In fact, it's the same type of bell that the Pokemon Bronzong was actually based off of. So, I don't know how I didn't know that and how I made that mistake, but there you go. Now, I'm going to be showing off the different sounds because Belle and Hammer both have different sounds than their originals, so I'll be showing those off in a little battle here. So, let's go ahead and get there real quick. See you guys in a second. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off here. Now, let's go ahead and hear how it sounds. Now, if you notice, it also sounds a lot deeper. And this sounds also different, too. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. But, I'm just going to go ahead and move on and show off Hammer now. So, I'll meet you guys there. Alright, and now if you notice, if you play in any other mode besides very hard, I'm playing on very easy right now, you'll notice the music is actually different for here. This is actually the same music that was actually used in the 100-yard dash from Kirby 64. And you'll also notice that the actual background is different too, more updated, like a more graphical version of the one we've previously saw. So if you played the entire game in very hard and never actually played the easier modes, you would have never actually seen this. So that was like me. But and the final boss theme pretty much just sounds like the title screen. And as you can tell, he doesn't have a large powerful version. Oh, he does. Okay, never play this mode. But yeah, you could also tell the different sounds that the hammer makes as well. It sounds more metallic, which is kind of neat. And of course, Mega DDD in very easy or any other type of mode isn't nearly as powerful at all. He's also a lot slower. He also doesn't create shockwaves. So that's kind of interesting in itself. I mean, he creates some shockwaves, nothing really all too crazy, like, at all. So yeah, as you can tell, he's definitely a lot harder in the harder modes, but in the same sense, he's still just a complete pushover any other time at all. But yeah, I figured I'd just show off the differences too while we're here. And that's pretty much that. Woo, yay. And I guess there are only 9 modes in any other... Huh. I'm surprised, because I went through easy mode, I realized there's only 9 rounds there, when normally there are 10. Huh. Whatever. Anyway, one other thing I should point out too, I never actually noticed this before until I actually looked it up and actually heard about it. The music used here is actually a remix of Kirby Fighters. I knew that much. However, the original Kirby Fighters music for the character selection screen is actually the same music used against the battle with Adeline in Kirby 64. That I did not know, because I never really paid too much attention to the music for that boss battle specifically. I thought it was just generic boss battle, because I never really thought too much into it. But there you go. Well, that's pretty much everything you need to see in Kirby Fighters Deluxe. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.